What up? What up? What up? It's your boy, the three-time baby making champion Ness, here with another episode of Blunt Impact. It will just be myself and my co-host Mary Jane, of course. The good brother Chris G had some personal business to attend to, so I will be holding it down for this week's episode. What's up, guys? How are you doing? I actually took some pretty decent notes, if I do say so myself. So I'm very proud of myself for taking notes finally this week. But as always, please drop a like on this video, share this video with your wrestling friends, family, enemies, baby mamas, stepmothers, stepfathers, sneaky links, COs, public defenders, everybody. Just share it. Just share it with everybody. And as always, subscribe to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel if you can. Show love. It is the True Hill Heat way. Now, in perfect blunt impact fashion, we are going to light our Mary Jane. If you are at home watching, if you are also going to partake in a little bit of the devil's lettuce, this is where we count down and we spark up. So for my good brother Chris G, I'm gonna light one for you, good brother. And 3, 2, 1. As always, that's how we get the show started off right. Now, before I get into the review, yeah, it's some gas right here. This is some good shit. Before we get into the review, I'm going to check the comments. You, my boy Blue, first. What's up, good brother? Oh, let me put that out. Damn, it's like a fire in here. Put that out for a little bit. Getting smoky. No Craig, no Day Day. All right, you, my boy Blue. Bobby Butito. I do enjoy watching great match between Jordan and Grace Lady Frost on BTI. We will be covering that. Well, not the actual BTI match, but something that happened after the match. We'll be covering that as I get into the show. Oh, must. Shout out to ALW Alan Weinstein showing love. I forgot to plug this. The super chats, yes, the super chats, people. It's greatly appreciated. It goes to the True Hill Heat YouTube channels, podcasting team for equipment, make our shows better, better quality, better shows for you guys to interact with. So very much obliged, very much appreciated. Thank you very much, Alan Weinstein, who's going to be in the Blunt Impact Hall of Fame, along with a few others, because you guys just show so much love to our show, and it's greatly appreciated. All right. What's up, guys? What's going on? Once again, me, my boy Blue. I actually caught most of the show this week. They hooked me last week with that Gresham versus Macklin match. Yeah, that was I don't want to spoil it, but that was one of my favorite matches. We'll get into it. Once we wrap up the show. But Christopher Ryan Cooper, what up, Ness? What's up, good brother? Thank you for tuning in. Yes, Alan Weinstein. I am solo dolo. The good brother Chris G cannot be with us tonight, and I almost tried to bail, but our producer told me to suck it up and act like a man. So I said, "Fuck it, I'll hold it down. I'll hold the fort down. We gonna get this done." Because I actually did take notes this week, guys. They're not the greatest notes, but it's better than me just trying to think and remember shit that I clearly forget. All right, so let's get into the opening of the show. So the show opens up Tom Hannafan, he's still running solo dolo on commentary unless, somebody comes in and hangs out with him for a while during a match or something. So as this opening contest is about to start, Mickie James is on commentary with Tom. Much speedy recovery to D'Lo. Let me say that, get that out of the way. I don't know if it's, kayfabe or he got really something going on. Who the hell knows? But, much love, speedy recovery to D'Lo. But yeah, we have Tom with yeah, I gotta set up my phone so I can read my notes. No, don't touch that. All right, there we go. Yeah. So the show opens up. Tom and Mickie James on commentary. The opening contest is Tasha Steelz versus Chelsea Green. Now, this was an all right match. Kind of short, a couple of minutes. I think it was like 6 or 7 minutes long, if that. It was okay. Nice little back and forth. Chelsea starts off hot, and then after a while, Tasha gets the makes a comeback, and then she eventually picks up the win with a crucifix bomb. After the match, Tasha Steelz cuts a promo on Mickie James because clearly she is the ultimate. Let me say this right: the first ever Knockouts Ultimate X winner. That's history. That's history right there. The first ever Knockouts Ultimate X winner. So she is guaranteed a world knockouts title shot. Don't know when they're going to do that yet, but she's she has a title shot coming. So she cuts a promo on Mickie James saying she's going to send her back to her husband and her son as a failure. She's going to send her back to Knoxville. I think she said Crapsville. Yeah. Send her back to I said Knoxville. Send her back to Nashville. Then she said Crapsville. A loser. Said she's going to make her do her Empower show for the NWA as a loser. But also, like I just said, she said she's going to send her back to her son as a loser. Now, whenever you mention people's kids and promos, all bets are off. So Mickey's like, all right, you mentioned my son. We got to get it cracking. So she gets up to go into the ring. Savannah Evans, steps in front of her. Tasha tells her, like, nah, move out the way. I got this. Mickie gets in the ring. The ladies start coming to blows. Savannah Evans comes in, and they quickly turns into a 2-on-1 up until the point where Chelsea Green comes back to the ring, hits a missile drop kick or diving drop kick on Savannah Evans, even in the odds, and we're probably going to get Mickie and Chelsea Green versus Tasha Steelz and Savannah Evans, probably, if not next week, then the following week after. But how'd you guys like that match? How do you guys feel about Tasha versus Mickie? Do you see Tasha winning? Do you see Mickie retaining? And how are you guys' thoughts about, also Mickie being in the Royal Rumble? I didn't touch on that, but congrats to her being the Knockouts Women's Champion, World Women's Champion, and getting on a platform at WWE. As much as I'm not the biggest fan of their product, I know that they're the most known and most lucrative wrestling promotion in the world. So I think that's a good look. Not only for Impact, but Mickie's actually an NWA talent as well. I believe that she's actually contracted to NWA. She's just working dates in Impact. So, but yeah, it was a decent match. Nothing too crazy. It was nice. A nice little opener. Alan Weinstein said Savannah Evans looking like big baby D from Next Friday. That's kind of how she comes off. Like she comes off like Baby D, and Tasha Steelz is Day Day's crazy ass baby mama, like Uncle Elroy. I was Day Day, that crazy bitch out here again. What's up, Ness in chat? What's good, Frantic World? Another one of our loyal supporters. Much love to you, good brother. I know Mickey's too old in WWE years, but she can get it. She looked good in that cowboy shirt. Everything looked good about her except for that cowboy shirt. And that's what really threw me off. I love Mickie James. I thought the same thing till I seen that she was wearing a cowboy shirt. So that just knocked it down from like a 9.5 to a 9. The Cowboys just threw it off for me. You know, see what else we got in here. Bobby Petito said, "I would like to see more of Master Slamovich." Yeah, I would too. I think she's great. Um, I would like to see her mix it up in the digital media division. And speaking of which, that's where we're moving on to next. A highlight from BTI is shown before the impact, if you guys didn't know. Jordan Grace defeating Lady Frost, retaining the Digital Media Championship. After the match, Matt Cardona comes out and pretty much is unofficially issuing a title challenge to the reigning, defending, conquering digital media champion Jordan Grace. After they show that happened on BTI, we get a backstage interview with Gia Miller. She's with Matt Cardona, and she speaks on what happened after the match of Lady Frost versus Jordan Grace, and she just wants some clarification. So Matt Cardona, formerly Zack Ryder, we all know that he was the internet champion, and he says there's all types of world championships in Impact. He said he didn't get he didn't win the world championship, the Impact World Championship. He said there's the Knockout World Championship. Clearly, he can't go for that because he's not a knockout. But then he says there's the World Wide Web, the digital media, something that's the division that he started. And in some rights, no, actually not even some right. He's right. Everybody knows Matt Cardona for being literally the first wrestler to take to social media and boost up his morale, his credibility, getting over with the fans. He didn't get over with management because clearly they buried him solely because of that. Then years later, just take his formula and apply it to their whole business. But that's neither here nor there. How do you guys feel about Matt Cardona versus Jordan Grace? I think that's going to be a good match. I would like Matt Cardona to get the Digital Media Championship, but just not right now. I think Jordan Grace needs to, continue to run with this for a while. Oh, hold on, let me get that comment off of there. That's been up there for a minute. I think she deserves a little bit more of a run. I mean, like she's had it. I Impact doesn't really like hot shot their titles. Like if you get a title, you have it for a nice little couple months. They don't really just throw a title on you just to take it off, unless there's some real story behind it, i.e. Josh Alexander winning the Impact World title from Christian. But yeah, I think that's going to be a nice little match. That's going to be a good match. Hold up. Tasha should, because she has a contract. I mean, yeah, but I would like to see. I hope Tasha wins. If not her, I don't know who they would put in that position. I would like eventually Masha Slamovich. I think it's a little too early for that for her. She literally just got there. I would like for Tasha to. I think she deserves it. And I think that her being paired with Savannah Evans, they got the female HBK and Diesel thing going on. So, or as Alan Weinstein said, Day Day's crazy baby mama and Baby D. Bobby Petito's looking forward to watching Mickie James versus Tasha Steelz. Speaking on the Digital Media Championship match between Matt Cardona and Jordan Grace, Impact has a long history of intergender wrestling, but I don't like it. Just something about a man versus woman never sits right with me. And a lot of people feel that way. You have the right to feel that way. Me, I like to suspend my belief. And if any women's wrestler can make you suspend your belief that, not saying that they can't, I'm just saying that woman can't beat a man, Jordan Grace, of all women, can definitely change your mind. And I definitely see her kicking Matt Cardona's ass. It's going to be a good match. I think they're both safe workers, and Jordan has a lot of intergender match experience, so I think she can definitely make both of them can make this match work. So moving on. All right, after the commercial break, there's a video package for Rebellion. There's also a video package for Charlie Haas via Ring of Honor library. You know, they're showing all the Ring of Honor Ring of Honor videos of him in the tag team, himself, Shelton Benjamin, the world's greatest tag team. And it was just nice to see the highlights of pretty much, well, some of, you know, the only highlights they could get. The highlights of Charlie Haas's, you know, his glory days when he was really able to go and let loose and be in his prime at the top of his game. So it was nice to see that. The next match was, the next match is the Influence with Caleb with a K versus the DK. Say that 10 times fast. But before the match officially starts, Caleb with a K interferes, distracts Havoc, while Madison and Tennille attack Rosemary. Rosemary is then declared unable to compete, and the match pretty much is a handicap match with Havoc versus the Influence on her own. Match was all right. Nothing too crazy. It was pretty much the Influence taking over, pretty much dominating. At one point, you know, Havoc starts to make her way back, but, you know, the numbers is too much, especially with Caleb with a K on commentary with Tom. He's talking about this dude was taking pictures while Rosemary was injured. I'm like, damn, that's fucked up. You know, talk about pouring salt in the wound. Hold on, I gotta order my weed. But yeah, so the Influence defeats Havoc. Clearly, they're going to win. I don't remember the name of their finisher, but it's pretty much like a Russian faceplant, Russian leg sweep faceplant type of thing. But in post-match, the Influence have a promo cut on them via video by The Inspiration, your current Knockout Tag Team Champions. So they pretty much say the Influence are trying to be them, copying their whole style, stole their whole motherfucking flow, copied it bar for bar, word for word, bar for bar, and said, how can you fill our shoes when they're 3 times your size? So this is the match that we were supposed to get at Hard to Kill. We obviously were not able to get that match at Hard to Kill. And it is happening, I believe, at No Surrender. Yes, it is. I think it's happening at No Surrender. Don't quote me, but I think it's happening at No Surrender. Let me check out some of the comments. Frantic World, he was the first and last internet champion in wrestling. Yes, he was. He brought it to the forefront, you know, and it's just so crazy how nowadays every wrestler has social media. They're always active on it. You know, companies are using their social media presence to gain interaction from fans and find new fans and, you know, want to bring back old fans that haven't watched it in years, everything of the sort. But yeah, that really was his whole thing. Like, everybody remembers him. It just sucks that he got buried for it, you know. But eventually, I think he's going to win the digital media championship. It just has to happen, you know. He was the internet champion, digital media. Again, like nowadays, everything's on media, like social media, the World Wide Web. I got Cardona's name written all over it. Jordan Grace defended the Impact Digital Media Championship against Kiera Hogan last Sunday. Yes, that was at Terminus, I believe it was. I haven't watched the show yet, but we plan on having a review of that. If you guys have seen it, we'll be reviewing it. I'm going to talk to SP3. I want to say sometime this weekend we're going to set up a live stream to review Terminus, and I hope you guys can join us. Yes, there we go. Yep, you just said it. Yep, right at Terminus. Alan Weinstein says, yes, the inspiration at the Great Cut, they cut a very good promo, and it kind of is a mirror match between the two because they're all about themselves. Tennille's all about her. Madison is all about herself as well. So they're all actually like, spitting images of each other, but whoever comes out on top can say that, they're the real team. They are the true inspiration or the true influence. So as the show goes on, after the commercial break, Ace Austin and Madman Fulton approach Speedball Mike Bailey in the locker room and say they got off on the wrong foot and how they should really be on, he should be on their good side and not pretty much be their enemy. As he says that, Johnny Bravo runs in looking for Broomhilda and hopes that she's not in Swinger's dungeon. Yeah. I like the little bit because Speedball Mike Bailey, he's just there to wrestle. He's not really trying to ruffle any feathers. He's just trying to mind his own business. This dude's happy to be back in the States to wrestle. He hasn't been able to wrestle in America for 5 years, which is a very long time. So now he's back. I still believe that we're going to build to Speedball and excuse me, Speedball Mike Bailey and Jake something versus Madman Fulton and Ace Austin. That's going to happen down the line. So the next match, clearly this is the night of 2-on-1 handicap matches. The next match on the card is Morrissey versus the Learning Tree with Brian Myers on commentary. Morrissey literally squashes these guys within like the first 20 seconds of this match. Like 20 to 30 seconds of this match, and then it's over. Like, that's just it. It doesn't even matter. Like, this match, honestly, it wasn't even about this match. It was about the promo he cut after. Well, first, before I even say that, how you guys feel about this Morrissey, like, face turn? This shit came out of nowhere. I'm still trying to grasp it. I'm like, I don't know. Like, I'm still rooting for Moose, but I'm still looking at Morrissey like he's the heel here. Like they just accidentally turned him face, or maybe that was along the plan. I don't know. Everybody's like rallying behind him, but I don't know. It's starting to work a little bit. But yeah, he says that if Moose won't show his face, he will go looking for Moose. So as he goes to the back, he runs into Scott D'Amore, lets him know that he knows that he had Moose pinned and he will get his opportunity. So as he's talking to Morrissey, security comes up saying that there's a problem and that Scott needs to go handle it. I don't know, there's a commercial break. What's going to be the problem? What's the problem? We come back from commercial break. The OGK, Vincent, and PCO are trying to enter the building, saying that they're trying to attend for the Ring of Honor World Championship title match between Jonathan Gresham versus Steve Maclin. So Scott steps in, lets these guys, and they're like, hey, you don't need no tickets. We're going to take you guys off the floor and get you in the skybox. Now, Sky had a plan. He wasn't treating these guys, upgrading them because it's a nice thing to do. He said that's going to keep you guys away from the ring, and as soon as the match is over, you're getting the fuck out. And that's what happened. But he did say he's going to wine and dine them. Said, I'll get you a bottle. You guys, we're going to do it nice. What I would have did, I would have put them in the fucking back with one of them monitor TVs that you got to put batteries in to watch the shit. I wasn't upgrading the damn thing. So after that little segment, Ian Riccaboni joins Tom on commentary as Bobby Cruz is in the ring announcing not the Impact, the Ring of Honor World Championship title match, again between the current reigning champion and Jonathan Gresham, defending his title against Steve Maclin. Now, again, for guys that, if you're not familiar, this match was conducted under pure rules. Pure rules match from Ring of Honor is the match must begin and end with a handshake. Each opponent gets 3 rope breaks. There are no closed fists to be used, only open hand chops and slaps. After your rope breaks have exhausted, after you use all 3 rope breaks, you can be pinned or submitted even if you are on the ropes. And this never happens, but also if anyone comes out and interferes in the match on your behalf, then that person is fired from Ring of Honor. So as the match starts, before I say this, Romeo would be proud. He's not producing today. He's not producing. I'm doing it all. I'm a jack of all trades. I'm producing, on here with you guys, smoking. We're doing it all. I never understood why a great wrestler like Matt Bennett used the team one of the worst ever. Matt David. Romeo wouldn't know either. But also I had to throw this in there. Fuck Morrissey. But yes, the match starts. Both of these guys actually exhaust 2 of their rope breaks pretty early. Well, actually, they both exhaust 1 of their rope breaks very early. Jonathan Gresham makes Steve Maclin use a 2nd of his rope breaks, actually. So after doing that, Macklin actually punches Jonathan Gresham in the face. Now, the rules that there are only open hand slaps and chops. There are no closed fists. If you throw 1 closed fist, you get a warning. So you get one. You get a free one. But after that 2nd closed fist, you are disqualified from the match. So, but that came down to Macklin's character. I actually like that he used it. I was waiting for him to actually do that. Match is a great match, excuse me. Damn. It ain't the vid, guys. It ain't the vid. So, as the match is going on, Macklin's working over Gresham, just overpowering him for the most part, just tossing him, chopping him down to size, just completely working over his body. But then, as the match continues on, Gresham fights back. A lot of forearms, a lot of back and forth action here. After a while, and it was very hard hitting, really technical on Jonathan Gresham's part, and even on Macklin's part, because I think he kept up with. He's more of a power guy, and Gresham, he has the technical ability in the match. So the contrast of styles made this match really enjoyable for me, and I really like this. Probably is my favorite match of the night, to be completely honest. So after pretty much towards the end of the match, both guys use all 3 of their rope breaks. Everybody knows there's no rope breaks, no more rope breaks. So during the match, Gresham was working on the knee of Macklin. Then pretty much, again, down the closing stretch of the match, he puts Macklin in a figure 4. Both guys roll over to the ring, the ropes. They both get caught up in the ropes, and Jonathan Gresham does something I've never seen before. Well, I was in a pure rules match. I've just never seen it at all before, period. He climbs up on the ropes using his arm, pulls himself up, and he literally pins uh, Steve Maclin for the 1, 2, 3. Macklin couldn't get up. It was either tap or stay down for the 3 count. And the way that Jonathan Gresham used the ropes to pretty much leverage himself up to get the pin was pure genius. I really loved the finish to that match. I really liked the match in general, but that finish was chef's kiss. That was really thought of. I really enjoyed this match. Weinstein, great match. Gresham is so good. Yes, Gresham is definitely carrying the banner for Ring of Honor right now as their champion. Their interim champion. He actually has. I guess this is going to be the main event. Jonathan Gresham versus Bandito was announced for ROH's Supercard. I believe it's a champion versus champion match. Whoever wins is winners take all. So I know that's going to be a phenomenal match as well. I would like to see Jonathan Gresham for. I would like that too. That's going to be a good ass match. I hope we get that. That's a dope ass match. I want to see that. I don't know. Chris Bay could probably do pure rules, but he would have to he would definitely throw a swag on it though. Is Gresham with the ROH Invasion Group? No, he is not. He is honorable. He doesn't, believe in the things that the OGK, Vincent, and PCO are doing. He doesn't roll like that. So no, he's not like. That's actually where all this match came from. Last week, excuse me, Macklin was saying, those aren't your brothers. You guys are all from Ring of Honor. You should be sticking together. And Jonathan Gresham doesn't agree with what they do. But that was just Macklin trying to play mind games, getting ahead of Gresham. But I'm glad they did that. This led to one of the best matches on the card tonight. So yeah, there you go. There you go. Yeah. So, but yeah, again, it was a great match. So the flashback moment of the week was Sarita and Taylor Wilde versus the Beautiful People for the first ever Knockouts Tag Team Championship, with Sarita and Taylor Wilde being victorious. Okay, after the commercial break, the ROH 5 are escorted out of the building once the ROH World Title match has commenced. The next match on the card, Luke Gallows and Joe Doring versus Heath and Rhino, with Carl Anderson on commentary. It was like, all right, match. It didn't do nothing for me, really. A lot of interference from Violent by Design, a lot of shit talking from Carl Anderson on commentary. Match was just pretty much there. It wasn't nothing crazy. The finish came down to Diener hitting Heath with the Violence by Design flag, and then Joe Doring and Luke Gallows picking up the win via double choke slam on Heath. Once again, Moose versus Morrissey is made for no surrender. And next week, Mickie James will give her State of the Knockouts address. So we're going to get into the main event. Main event of tonight's show was Josh Alexander versus the returning Charlie Haas. Well, returning to the ring, this is actually Charlie Haas's first match ever in Impact Wrestling. We're joined by Chris Sabin on commentary. This was another great match. Again, just like Gresham versus Macklin, but a little bit more technical because both of these guys are that technical wrestling based style, that shoot wrestling. The another hard hitting, not really hard hitting, but it was some nice, decent strikes going on between the two of them. Charlie looked decent for the most part, and he definitely kept up with Josh Alexander, who's been, again, he's still continuing his 2021 run, phenomenal X Division title run, just building himself up to go back after the Impact World Championship, and he's just having great matches, man. I can't say nothing about it. They just keep saying Suzuki, Jonah. Now, well, even though it's been more people than that, but like those are some of the most notable matches that he's had on that run, and now beating a legend in Charlie Haas, another feather in the cap of Josh Alexander, but as decent match, great match. The finish comes down to Josh Alexander winning via submission with the ankle lock on Charlie Haas. After the match, both men, excuse me, both men show each other respect. They just went to war. Now they can go have a beer. It's all good. But as they are embracing each other, the ROH 5 attack both men, lay them out. Out comes Heath and Rhino. They get laid out. Also comes out Rich Swann and Willie Mack. They get laid out. Oh, man, that's crazy. But the ROH 5 are ran off once Eddie Edwards comes out swinging Kenny the kendo stick. So, overall, this was a very entertaining episode of Blunt Impact. Well, I mean, Impact, of course. Blunt Impact's always entertaining. But this was a great episode of Impact Wrestling. Decent matches. Great storytelling, story building going on here between not only within straight Impact Wrestling with their own stuff, like with Moose and Morrissey, Speedball Mike Bailey, and Ace Austin and Man Fulton. Tasha versus Mickey, the influence. They still got the whole ROH angle thing going on as well. So it's like bits and pieces of everything to keep you entertained. I get Rhino was okay 20 years ago. I've never been a fan, but he and Heath together are just fucking terrible. Random for something to do. Much respect for Rhino. Much respect to both guys. But I feel you. Like, I don't think it's terrible, but I'm just like, okay. There's always people on the show, like, I don't hate them or nothing. I don't think they suck or nothing like that. I'm just, okay. That's just me. But yeah, much respect to both guys. Glad to see Charlie back and still. Yes, he can. And I'm hoping eventually, again, I don't wish nobody to get fired, but I'm hoping that Shelton Benjamin will leave WWE. Please have another run with Charlie Haas. Do something, please. Whatever. It's better. It's going to be better than whatever you're doing right now. Getting beat up by Bobby Lashley like 3 times a month. Good live stream. That's you. Thank you, Frantic World. Good brother. Greatly appreciate it. I think I did say that. I don't know if I showed this, but SP3, the boss man, you got to bump the budget, guys. We need the likes so I can bump the budget, get better equipment. Remember to drop a like in this video, share with your friends, and subscribe if you are new. It'll be much appreciated. Much love from the True Hill Heat YouTube channel. So before this episode is over, I'm going to do our weekly or showly thing of our MVPs, LVPs, match of the night. So my match of the night, it's kind of hard, but I'm definitely going to go with Jonathan Gresham versus Josh Alexander. Great match. My MVP is going to be probably Jonathan Gresham. So actually, I'm gonna get both matches of the night go to the main event as well. Like I can't choose between the two of them. I like them both a lot. They were both great matches. But yeah, my MVP is definitely Jonathan Gresham with the way he retained his Ring of Honor World Championship over Steve Maclin. I thought that was an ingenious way to do that. My LVPs. My LVP is Scott D'Amore in the Impact Wrestling locker room. Scott, you was talking big shit to the ROH 5, saying, oh, I got a locker room full of guys that are waiting to handle you. I can't wait to take you guys out. And they got their asses kicked. That's a goddamn shame. And it was like 6 of them. Couldn't beat 5 guys. It's 4 actually. It's 4 dudes. One of the ROH 5 is a woman. Not saying that she can't beat those guys. You know, we're not sexist like that over here. But it's only 4 of them. She's just standing there. Heath and Rhino get their ass beat. Charlie Haas and Alex Alexander get their ass beat. Rich Swann and Willie Mack get their ass beat. Like, come on, man. I mean, I get Alexander and Haas, you know, they just had a match and shit. But really, Heath and Rhino, how you come out to help somebody and you get fucked up? Same for Rich Swann and Willie Mack. But that's neither here nor there, man. But yeah, you guys are the LVPs of this episode. But that will do it. This has been another episode of Blunt Impact with your boy, the three-time baby making champion. Please drop a like on this video, share this with your friends, and as again, subscribe to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel. If you are not subscribed already, put your bells on, notifications, get notified when we drop a video, which is basically every day, sometimes twice a day, because we are hard at work to give you guys content. Thanks for showing up and holding it down. Thank you for showing up and holding it down with me as well, good brother LW. I think I did pretty well this time. Like, got my confidence back. Yeah, I did it. But as always, you guys can catch me on fucking hate this show. NX3. I love NX3. I hate NXT. I hate watching NXT. As always, Blunt Impact, myself, Chris G, and of course, Mary Jane. I'm still trying to work out the kinks, but I'm going to be returning to Fusion of Honor eventually. We're covering Fusion, you know, cover MLW Fusion with my good brother, the Stat King, the man of 1,004 numbers. But yeah, guys, that's it. Make sure you be on the lookout for, I don't know if we're doing it tomorrow night, possibly a Friday Night Warriors watch along. Make sure you check out on the Teddy Turnbuckle YouTube channel the SmackDown review with our own the True Jaw Josh, Truly Hill Romeo, and the Princess of all True Heels, Miss Chrissy Love. They go live I think they go live Friday night after SmackDown, or record it. It'll be up there this weekend, so just make sure you go watch it. Drop a like on that video as well. And all the other videos that we dropped this week. Just run up all the numbers. Greatly appreciate it. So until next week, guys, take care of yourselves and each other. Smoke the best blunts. Have the best impact. Have lots of unprotected. No, I'm just kidding, guys. But thank you for tuning in. And I'll see you guys next week. Peace. I'm about to get his flag by accident.